Right. Oh. Hey, Barry, call the consulate now.
Oh my God. It's amazing. How did it get here? Oh, that's disgusting.
What have they done to you?
I think it'll be very dull, and people would all be squashed together so much there won't be any fun or anything. And people will be rationed to the amount of things they can have, because if they had too many things, it would just squash their houses, and there just wouldn't be room for them.
I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
People wouldn't be able to live in ordinary houses because that would take up too much room. They'd have to be in flats, piled on top of one another.
Animals as they have here, sheep and cows and livestock, but they'll be kept in batteries. They won't be allowed to graze on pastures. They'll be kept in buildings all together, all in one big building and artificially reared, so they'll yield a larger, be bigger and give more food.
Debauchery. Nature. Future. Nature. Future.
DANGEROUS. Dangers.
You've got him on complete life support. Was he dead?
He was worse than dead.
What do you mean? Jim, come on, Bones, what's the mystery?
His brain is gone.
Well.
Hello, Ben.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm all right. How does my audio sound to you?
Sounds wonderful.
Wonderful. I don't know how to leave the microphone up there.
Sounds pretty good to me. I can hear you just fine.
How does it sound to you fine people in the chat?
These people, I think they're just getting to grips with the fact that we're now running pre-rolls.
Oh, what? But I mean, I did everything to ask them. I even did a poll, and not many people answered.
Yeah.
Who says there's no feed?
What do you mean there's no feed? There is a feed.
It says there's a feed on.
I can see you.
Twitch. If you can't see us on Twitch, then go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. We're live on YouTube. I can see us on YouTube. That's the one. And if you're watching on YouTube, first of all, where's that like? Come on, let's hit that like button before we have to send the boys round. Isn't that right, John?
Yes, it looks like Twitch may have broken. So go to YouTube.
What a shame. What a shame. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. John.
Yes.
Stop typing in the chat. Let's get into the show.
Okay, let's talk about the show. Okay.
The show.
Let's talk about the show.
You want to talk about somebody who is turned up in a Norwegian, well, in Norway, asking for asylum, essentially.
Well, yeah. I mean, this is Mr. What's his name? Andrei Medvedev.
Andrei Medvedev.
Yes. Who was the commander of the Wagner Brigade? You know, the mercenary group that works for Russia.
Brigade. Yeah, Wagner Brigade. Yes.
Kind of pretty much one of the oligarchs' private armies.
Yeah.
And I think he's fallen out with someone in Russia.
I think you could be right.
Because he's apparently entered Finland or he entered Norway illegally. Over the 123 miles or something, somewhere along those 123 miles of border that they share with Russia.
Yeah.
He entered Norway and apparently went to the nearest semi and said, "Could I get some help, please?"
Can you give me some help, comrade? We've
Yes.
killed too many people. Now Russia want to kill me.
So he's been placed in a camp for illegal entrance at the moment while they process him. So
I mean, that's probably the right place for him, to be honest.
Yeah, we should have camps for illegal entrance, shouldn't we?
Well, I don't see why not, as long as they are, not treated inhumanely. And by
Exactly.
inhumanely, I don't see why not. I don't see why not. And with that, John, would you like to introduce this wonderful Wednesday afternoon edition?
Wednesday afternoon, welcome one and all to episode 189 of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and with Ben from the wonderful south of England.
Mm-hmm.
Are we ready?
You got a new intro, haven't you?
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation. Too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world's too anxious, we'll adapt and won't survive and save it.
What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah? Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan, and now we're calling it wrong.
Well,
I was dancing. I was bopping to that.
did you like that one?
I did like that one, yeah.
What do
I
you
like that
find
one.
people think?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it anyway.
Good.
So shall we move straight into the news? Because if we want to get to our special segment that we promised people at the end, we're gonna have to go like the clappers today, John.
Yes, we are. Okay, let's get into the news. So, what we have here is Mr. What's he called? Arestovich.
What is it with these Russian and Ukrainian names, or the beds, the devs, and the bitches? And...
Yeah, there's just one thing. Give me one second. I needed something to have been done, and I hadn't done it.
You haven't set the scene for the slides, have you, John?
No, everything's fine. The slide scene's there. Yeah, right. So right. Okay, that's fine. Never mind. We're good to go. We're good to go.
There we go. We look amazing, fantastic. I'm just sorting out my hair. I used thickening shampoo, and I'm regretting it.
Oh, thickening shampoo.
Well, my hair's already bloody long and thick enough, isn't it?
Okay.
Let's face
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So
Right,
So Mr. Arestovich has had to resign after the false claims on the Dnipro missile attack. So I don't know if you remembered, right? So the apartment block got hit by a Russian cruise missile. Now, this guy went on the Kiev news,
Yes.
and said that Ukraine had shot it down.
Yes.
And I think he was right, because when you look at the video from the missile and the burning, there are two separate, quite distinctly separate areas where it's burning. One is the apartment block, and there's another area off to the side which is nowhere near the apartment block. Right?
Yep.
So one can assume maybe that a missile did hit a cruise missile and it started two fires. One of the missiles landed in the apartment block and one of the missiles didn't. The question is, if that did happen, then effectively the Russian missile has been obviously targeted at a military target, because, yes, I know Russians are complete arseholes. I know Putin is an arsehole. Putin! Right? But I don't think they're deliberately targeting citizens. So I don't think they intended to take out the apartment blocks. I think what's happened is, I think Ukraine has shot down the missile, and this guy is the fall guy for it.
You know what? I think you could absolutely be right. Remember just a few weeks ago when they said that Russia had bombed Poland?
Oh yes, indeed, yes.
Yeah, and that was a load of what's the colloquial word we like to use here?
Bollocks.
Bollocks. Yes.
yes.
Bollocks.
I think we could quite comfortably say that was indeed bollocks. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on indeed to Rebel News UK, who's tweeted the hedge fund's CEO Larry Fink sits on the World Economic Forum's board of trustees. So we thought we could get some answers on what BlackRock is doing at this year's summit in Davos.
Well, he didn't get any answers, did he? But, you know, it's quite interesting because BlackRock is there.
Yeah.
And they've set up a pop-up store in the town centre. They've got their black vans outside it with their tinted out windows, the Mercedes mini carriers, whatever.
That's not at all weird, is it, John?
No, not at all. It's standard practice, isn't it, for a hedge fund company, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because that's basically all they are, a hedge fund. So anyway, Ezra, who you saw briefly there, Ezra Levant of Rebel News, just wandered in. He wandered in with his camera crew and microphone, and this guy rushes up and goes, one of the women panicked and goes, I need assistance. And, you know, the guy wasn't doing it, he just wandered in. Looking around, right? And he goes, he gets approached, and this guy goes, this is a closed venue. And he goes, well, the door was wide open. I just walked in.
Chrissy in our chat, welcome back, by the way. Haven't seen you in a fair while. Says, BlackRock tried to headhunt me years ago. Bullet dodged.
Ooh, yeah,
Bullet
BlackRock.
dodged indeed.
Yeah, BlackRock or BlackRock, Larry Fink in particular, is. I mean, what gives a company the right to tell people if they're doing things right or wrong? Merely because they invest so much money in companies.
Well, this is it. They have the money, therefore they are the arbiters in many cases these days, whether or not a company goes bust or, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right, does it?
No, of course it doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it right at all. And did you watch the Crowder video earlier on that I sent you?
Ben, my darling. I made a new intro. I made a pre-roll.
No,
right?
you didn't then. No, you
didn't.
didn't.
Yeah. So I haven't watched the Crowder video yet, okay?
Right, okay. Well,
we can discuss it tomorrow.
We can discuss it tomorrow because, you know, he's going after people big time, and he's exposing how even alt sort of news outlets and networks are still in bed with big tech and people like BlackRock and stuff like that. It's really quite concerning.
Speaking of people being in bed with big, you know, with BlackRock and other places like the WEF and a corporate sponsor.
I'm sort of looking at this slide going, why?
Why? Yeah, why? Why are Manchester United a corporate sponsor of WEF 23 in Davos?
Your guess is as good as mine. They are a football club. But then again, at the same time, why would... I don't know, is Idris on the list?
Whom?
Idris Elba.
No, he is not.
Why is he, an actor, turning up to these summits and going, "We're going to change the
Oh.
world together, guys"?
But hold on, is Idris Elba not a special UN envoy for something?
I don't care. He's an
I think
actor.
he is. That doesn't matter. That's
what
like Clooney.
Yeah, but these people play fucking pretend for a living.
That's
That
my
is
phrase.
what they do.
I
But it's what they do.
I trademark that phrase. They do. They play pretend for a living, and
they
that's
read
why
off someone else's script.
that's why you should never take any advice from actors, because they don't live in the real world. They
don't.
live in a pretend world.
They're given a script to read, and they read it in the character that the director, producers, or whatever want them to be.
Mhm.
And the same thing is happening here when they're standing up and talking about climate change, right?
Yeah, maybe this.
Given a script,
Yeah.
and they're reading it.
Maybe this is one of the attractions that's brought people to Davos that don't really need to be there, like Manu and like Idris Elba and all the rest of them. Could it be something to do with the fact that all the escort services in Davos are fully overbooked?
I saw that, yeah.
And even better, they're bringing in reinforcements.
They're bringing in more hookers.
Yeah.
They're bringing in more hookers.
More hookers and blow for the compliment of Davos.
More hookers, please.
So there you go. So maybe that's what the attraction is. But speaking about Davos, and on a serious note, why is Klaus not there?
I don't know.
Why is Soros not there?
I don't know.
Why is Bill Gates not there?
I don't know.
Why is Joe Biden not there?
Well, I can actually tell you why they're all not there.
Go on.
Because they don't want to be photographed with all the hookers.
No, I don't think it's that, because I think the hookers turn up every year. But I mean, this is probably where they make all their money for the year.
Oh yeah.
And then they just lay back. Oh no, hold on.
Oh,
no, don't go there, John.
Don't go there.
So anyway, and Rishi Sunak, he's not there either. No, and Greta's not even there, is she?
No hookers for Rishi.
No hookers for Rishi.
For Rishi.
Well, you've got right. So I mean, obviously, I've got to ask: is it appropriate for dwarfs to be hookers? Is that a speciality need for Rishi? Do we need a particularly short hooker?
Well, would it? I mean, looking at our next picture, she's not at Davos. I mean, what?
No, she's not. So young Greta's not at Davos. She's not big, and she's not clever, but she's not at Davos. She is well. Right, so we don't know if she was arrested or not, but even if she was arrested, it was a whole.
Arrested.
The whole thing was, like a big kind of show.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe she just get carried out the mud.
She was briefly arrested, then released, allegedly.
For
briefly arrested, then released. Oh fuck, if I know! Look how happy she is.
I know. I mean, that is not the actions of someone who's protesting anything. That's the actions of people that are going along with things. And those cops, yeah, they've got their faces covered for a reason, because they're probably fucking embarrassed.
Actors.
Yeah, or they're actors. Yeah,
mate, they're actors. Right, you've seen the video. We've seen the video of them staging this, making sure they're standing in the correct position, hands in the right place, for the photographs, for all of that. It's a load of absolute bollocks. I mean, we're going to come back to that term a lot today, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The whole world is a stage. The whole world is a fucking stage. And at the end of the day, if you don't agree with us that this is staged and bollocks, I don't care. This is staged. This is bollocks.
It certainly appears to be, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah. Should we move on?
Yes, let's move on. Indeed.
Yeah.
So, this is Majid Nawaz has tweeted this, and he's brought out this thing that this guy Maria Nafwal or whatever.
Yep.
Anyway, so Musk is quite friendly with him, because he drops into his Twitter spaces and everything, just has a chat, right? So what's this guy doing at Davos, and why is he speaking there? Because
he's a crypto guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he primarily
Yeah.
is. He's not.
Yeah.
He's not actually a. He's not actually a journalist. He's not actually anything
No,
like
he's
that.
not.
He keeps doing these Twitter spaces and these investigations.
Yeah.
But he's not a journalist. He's nothing of the sort. He's a crypto
He's a
guy.
crypto guy. He's
And
another. Is he another Sam Bankman fraud? No.
Not so much, because I don't believe he's like running an exchange or anything like that. I think he's just one of these guys that saw
Yeah.
the writing on the wall, and they got rich off crypto, all of these kids.
Yep.
Right? I think he's pretty much one of those, and because he got rich off crypto, apparently his word means something.
Oh,
I mean,
right, okay.
I would say that mine and yours word probably means more than this Joker's, but it is what it is. And showing up, obviously, to the World Economic Forum in Davos, bet he went by private plane too.
Oh,
He said,
I'm sure he
he's-
did.
And then he'll be on the old Twitter Spaces bragging about it. Oh, it's Davos, and I did this and I did that. Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody gives a shit. Anyway,
Moving on. Right, so so there was an incident last night on BBC.
was there really?
Yes. Now, our friend Black Gary was not yet, because this isn't the gaff. Our friend Black Gary was on and talking when this phone, which was apparently, as you see, taped to the back of the set, started playing what appeared to be like, the porn prank. So you get the porn sounds. And Gary kept on. He kept on through it as a true professional, right?
That's true professional.
True professional. Now, Ben, now is time for. Now's the time.
Let's get it out. Let's get it out.
Get it out, mate. Give us it.
No,
Give us it.
don't you start thinking all dirty down there. I see you.
Come on. This
I
isn't
see you,
OnlyFans. This isn't OnlyFans.
I see you, Trudy. I see you.
Come on, Ben.
Black
Gary's
Gary's
Gaff of the Week.
Black
Gary's Gaff of the Week.
Black
Gary's Gaff of the Week. Two gaffs. Two gaffs this week, my old man. Two gaffs.
This week.
So, the first gaff.
Black Gary.
The first gaff is Gary says it was wrong of the BBC to say sorry for the porn noises. Nothing to apologise for. Sorry? How did she come up with that conclusion?
I don't know.
You know what I think, Ben?
What do you think?
I wouldn't put it past Gary to have done that himself.
You think
Or to have set it up.
You think our good friend Black Gary is behind this?
Well, let's face it, Black Gary hasn't been in the news since the World Cup.
And he's not been selling crisps lately, has
No,
he?
so I think Black Gary wants to be back in the limelight, and Black Gary thought, here's a way of me getting back in the limelight, because his next gaff that we're going to be showing you in a minute didn't really get a lot of attention. But so I think Gary set this up himself.
You think Gary's bored?
Yeah, I think Gary's playing us.
Gary wants to be in news. Remember when Gary was blurting to all of you must wear a mask. You must wear a mask. And then Black Gary was caught in the shop.
Buying crisps.
Buying crisps without a mask on. Yeah. Yeah. This is that guy, ladies and gentlemen. He wants to be, I mean, he wants to be the voice of morality.
Yeah.
all of the
Well,
time.
this is Gary's first gaff this week. How can he come to this conclusion? He says MPs need to be paid more. Because if they got paid more, they'd govern us better. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
John, put me big screen.
You're already big screen, mate. I couldn't avoid it. I had to look at you shaking your head in disgust.
Gary Lineker. Look at me, Gary. Fuck off. Yeah? Enough. We don't care anymore. Go away. Disappear into obscurity where you bloody well belong. Bye, Gary.
Thank you, Ben. And I think you're quite right, because the man is a liability, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know anymore. Are we living in an alternate reality? Are we?
I think we could be.
Are we living? Did something happen, and we crossed into an alternate reality?
Well, yeah, it's possible. It's possible, mate. It really is possible. Speaking of living in an alternate reality, there's somebody else lives in one.
Sadiq.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a twat, isn't he?
He's more than a twat. He's an out and out abject liar.
You think?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah. Oh, he's been caught out on a number of occasions, and he's been caught out again, removing 5,000 objections to the expansion of the ULI scheme.
Sadiq.
He's a horrible, horrible little man.
He is. Well, they all are. All politicians are horrible, horrible little men and women because they crave power.
Yeah, I know.
And they crave to control you. That's all they want.
I don't like him at all. I have no time for him. Have you ran out of vape?
No.
Okay, good.
Crone says, bunch of villains. Artifacting Reality says, it's carnage. That's Harold. By the way.
Oh, very good.
Chrissy says, all together now, clown dance.
Well, yeah. I mean, they are all clowns. They really are. I just can't stand that guy at all. I don't think he... he's something about him that really gives me the creeps as well. He's such an arrogant, dismissive little shit.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Now, we still have to be very careful on this platform about how we talk about our next slide. Right?
Yeah, well, right. So this is the Washington Post, okay?
And it's an opinion piece.
It's an opinion piece by the Washington Post, but so they are coming to the conclusion that many other people came to at the start
3 years
of
ago.
yeah,
3 years ago, yeah.
at the start, and there was maybe a little bit of overcounting done. Now, there were good reasons for that, because if you were a hospital, you got extra money if someone died with.
Especially in the United States.
Oh, especially in the United States. I believe it happened here as well, though. And you also got
money on a ventilator, didn't you, over there?
You get a 33 grand, I think, if you got them on a ventilator.
If you got them on a vent, even when they didn't need to be on a vent.
33 grand
30,
from the government.
That's quite tasty, isn't it?
It's a good number as well, isn't it? 33.
Well, yeah, it is. And do you know what? I want to raise £300, right?
Yeah.
For reasons of my... I want to raise £300. I'm not going to stick somebody on a ventilator. I'm going to work my arse off to try and raise it. But, you know...
Yes.
It was an easy money grab. It was an easy money grab.
To be fair, people, we really need to raise some money between us, because we have a number of things coming up. Living costs is number one. The repair of my van, which is progressing, so that has to be funded as well. Ben's special journeys, or whatever he wants to call them. Right?
I need my special journey.
Yeah. I need a hooker and blow, but I don't get it.
Yeah, but
I can't go to Davos, can I?
I mean, you could.
I can't afford to go to Davos. I can't even afford to come to London. Anyway, so that's where we are. We need your support. We really need your support.
The audience is very concerned by your want of hookers and blow, by the looks of it.
It's just I just thought I'd go with the theme, with the Davos theme. That was all.
Yeah.
I mean, would you turn one down if it was thrown at you?
Probably. That's because I'm lazy.
Lazy. But if it's a hooker, you can make them do whatever you want.
No, not for me.
All right. Anyway,
Not for me.
Where was I? What were we talking about?
I don't know. You've gone off on a tangent. You really have.
Yeah, well, okay. I was going to say, and you can support us if you like what we're doing here, and we appreciate that support. We always do, and we particularly love the people that support us regularly and have subscriptions. And you too can join them by going along to patreon.com/Chasing Dissent, or Ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. That's KO-FI. As you can see, if you make a donation live on air, it will be read out by a computerized voice, and it will scroll up the screen a lot after the siren has sounded.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what
interrupt
happens.
the show. It will interrupt
does.
the show.
And it happens. It's happened more on Friday night than any other show.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Should we
And
move on to-
Friday night is our feature show of the week. That's 9 o'clock on Fridays. Here.
I'm running out of coffee, so shall we move on?
Oh, right, bloody hell, man. Bloody hell. Right, yeah, so we're still on the same theme, okay?
Steve Kirsch.
The same theme. So this is an expose one, which, you know, they're not quite mainstream, but they're usually pretty good, and they're usually covering the right bases. They do seem to do their due diligence. And so they're saying an NHS director has confirmed that hospitals have, let's say, not been quite as straightforward as they should have been regarding causes of death. Okay?
You think?
Yeah, I think.
You think?
Yeah, and we'll just move on straight to the next slide, okay? Because we can't really go into it in too much depth because of the platforms that we're on and the world that we live on. The FAA, that's the Federal Aircraft Association or whatever it is in America, right?
Yep.
has admitted, right? Well, what he's saying, so what he's saying is they've tacitly admitted that the EKGs of pilots are no longer normal, right? Because what they've done is they've increased the range of a normal EKG for a pilot because apparently they were getting too many failing, so they made it bigger. Okay.
Oh, really?
So they went from, you know, I don't know, something like 2 or something.
They went from mostly fine to mostly not fine.
No, they went from mostly you had to be within this range, you know, say, let's just say 2 on a scale, right? So you had to be 2 or below, right?
Yep.
And they just increased it to infinity. So as long as you have an EKG, you're okay.
To infinity and beyond.
Yeah. So it's a bit concerning because they seem to have relaxed the requirement for a healthy pilot to an extreme degree, right?
Right.
So that would concern me if I was flying.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying it's because of anything. I'm just saying they seem to have done that.
When I go on my special trips, John, I like to drive.
Yeah.
I like to trust myself with my transportation.
I know. Anyway, moving on. And
End is near for.
well, you can't read it out. God, man, you can't read it out.
Can't read it out.
But this is quite interesting because this is Japan, and Japan have been quite upfront on this kind of stuff, right?
Mm.
And Japan hasn't been as or Japan is constitutionally bound to not do certain things, right?
Yeah.
That we have done, and for instance, America has done, and most of Europe has done. So a bit like Sweden, there's certain things they didn't apply, and certain restrictions they didn't apply.
Yep.
But they did obviously embrace the new vax and dish it out. But they're now making some serious studies into it, and there's more and more coming out.
Yeah.
Because I think we had 5 at the beginning of the week, and now we've got another 2 professors talking about it, all from reputable large universities in Japan.
Yeah, but let's face it, a lot of the people that already spoke out and saying what they have been saying were mostly reputable people before this, right?
Yes. Yes, you're right. But what you have here is in Japan, you don't have the media and you don't have the government going against you if you're a sole voice or a minority group. Because if you do this here, you get shouted down by the weight of popular opinion, right? Regardless of whether it's right or wrong.
Is the David Cartland tweet that I shared this morning?
No, it won't be on here.
But that is terrifying. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know, so basically he's been appraised by another GP, And the GP says, whilst in normal times we would applaud you for your whistleblowing, because we don't like what you're whistleblowing about, you're now a danger.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not how whistleblowing works.
But Ben, that's exactly how whistleblowing works.
Yeah, but it's not how it's supposed to work.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen a whistleblower come out of anything with anything other than having to either flee the country, right?
Yeah.
Or lose their job.
Yeah.
I've never seen a whistleblower actually benefit anything. And certainly, you know, who has? I mean, why Snowden in Russia?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
why was what's his name, Manning, put in jail? You know, why they were whistleblowers? What? Well, Assange isn't even a whistleblower. Assange is a foreign national who was given information that he published.
He was given information that he published, and he's been charged with treason, or they're trying to charge him with treason against a nation of which he is not a national.
You can't be charged with treason against the nation you're not a national, and you can't be a fucking spy if you didn't gather the stuff yourself.
Well, exactly. He was handed everything.
Yeah, on a plate.
Yeah, WikiLeaks is handed their documents. They don't go searching them out. They're handed them.
So yeah, I mean, a bit ridiculous. It really was, and you know, no, there's no incentive for anyone to be a whistleblower. There really isn't.
Well, especially look at this. Look at this.
Oh, here's another one.
We go straight to it, and it kind of you know ties in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Intelligence veteran who signed letter saying Hunter Biden laptop was Russian disinformation admits he knew it was real. And the reason that he signed that letter saying it was Russian disinformation is not because he wanted to protect the Bidens, but because if he'd come out and said anything, his life would have been destroyed. It's that simple.
Exactly. I mean, he was a victim of the weight of popular opinion, because look how many intelligence veterans signed the letter.
Yeah.
You know, this is back to, and I mean, and I'll say it, it's back to like the old climate change thing. 97% of scientists.
Yeah, no, yeah, 97% of like 4 scientists.
Yeah, 97%.
That's how we get to it.
Well, 97% of climate scientists who bothered to respond to the survey and then bothered to express an opinion, and then who actually had something published, say that it's not the sun.
It's the biggest conspiracy theory going.
It really is bullshit.
That's all I will say. Natasha says in our chat that I'm very quiet.
Again,
so you might want to check our levels.
Well, you bumped all the way up, so hold on. I'll give you some more. Give me some more. You are maxed out, mate. I can't give you any more.
No.
So if he's quiet, he needs to come closer to the mic.
Vaughan says, I would donate today, but I'm saving for my holiday to Davos next year. And Crone says, yes, John is louder than Ben. So rather than pulling me up, maybe you want to pull yourself back a little bit, John.
That's always tricky, because then if my thing cuts out, I'll not be happy.
No, I know.
Because this goes on the podcast as well, so I need good audio.
So let's move on anyway to Gabriel Conoi. So business, South Africa, Russia and China will hold a 10-day naval military exercise this February in the Indian Ocean off South Africa's east coast from Durban to Richards Bay. The South African online news portal Defence Web reported on Tuesday, citing the South African National Defence.
Yeah. So they're just playing war games, aren't they? And they'll just be in their own kind of NATO, because, you know, that's all they're doing, aren't they? They're just winding
and the thing is, you should be afraid of them.
Oh yeah,
especially you should definitely be afraid of them.
Well, I mean, obviously Uncle Joe isn't, because if you look at the shot that I published this morning on our channel, Uncle Joe was very disparaging about Russia getting in bed with China, because he didn't seem to think it was ever going to happen.
Well, it is happening.
Yeah.
It is happening.
That's not a tweet. It's not a tweet that's aged well, Joe. It's not a video that's aged well, is it, Ben?
Remember, guys, when this special operation broke out in Ukraine, one of the first things that was said was, if you're a Chinese national, put a flag on your car and we'll leave you alone.
Yeah, exactly.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
They are definitely joining forces. They are definitely China, Russia, probably India, the BRICS.
Iran,
they are pissed off
yeah.
with the West. They are pissed off. And the thing is, they've got the might, they've got the military power, and they've got the will to retaliate. I say retaliate, maybe start an offensive. America is not going to be, unless it gets its act together very, very soon, it is not going to be a superpower anymore. It's as simple as that.
I would venture to say that America or the USA is no longer an economic superpower.
Perhaps you are correct. Speaking of superpowers and supermen, Jeremy Clarkson is done, isn't he?
Yeah, he's cancelled. He's gone.
He is cancelled.
Again. And because of the remarks he made about Meghan, right?
You mean the quoting of Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but he applied them to Meghan, right? So, and his apology obviously wasn't good enough.
No, never is. See, the worst thing you can do is apologise to the mob.
Never apologise.
The worst thing you can do.
Never
apologise to those people.
No.
And by those people, I mean the wokies, the mob, the
Yeah.
people that want to destroy your life. Because if you apologise to them, they own you, right?
They do. And to be
they
fair,
know it, and it will never be enough.
yeah, to be fair, I really don't care that much, other than the fact that this shouldn't happen to anyone.
No.
But it doesn't tear me up that it's happened to Clarkson, because he's a bit of a knob as well.
And you gotta imagine that he is more than set for life when it comes to being financially solvent, shall we say?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
He's got millions and millions and millions in the bank, and property worth millions on top of that, right?
Yeah.
So you shouldn't be so sad about his shows being cancelled. But the thing is, also the Grand Tour belongs to Clarkson, May, and Hammond, and their I forget what their name of their producer is, Andy something. So the Grand Tour will probably just pop up again on another network. Amazon have cut ties with him over this year, and they've obviously cancelled Clarkson's Farm, which I never watched, but I've heard good things about.
It was okay, but it was Clarkson, so it's like everything, it's all contrived crap. It's like watching Gordon Ramsay and all that, it's just contrived, and you know what's going to happen all the time.
Well, this is it. Gordon Ramsay, for example, turns out goes, "What is that?
Yeah, what are you? You're an idiot sandwich.
You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
And then that's it. That's it. There's Gordon Ramsay over it. The thing is, I don't get why anybody in this day and age would be intimidated by that, but people still seem to be.
So it appears that, you know how you were asking if Kanye had popped up again? Well, no, he hasn't. Right?
No.
And I think that's the problem, because apparently his legal team are now running newspaper ads to tell him that they're no longer representing him. Now, in this day and age, what the fuck does that mean? I mean, if let's just say my accountant, who doesn't represent me anyway now, right, posted a newspaper ad saying, we're not representing you anymore, I would never know, because I don't read newspapers, and I would venture to say that Kanye doesn't read the newspapers either.
I would venture to say you're probably right, but also, is Kanye even above ground anymore?
I don't know.
Where is he?
Where's Kanye?
Where's Kanye? We should do a little clip, shouldn't we? Where's Kanye in the style of Scooby Doo?
Yeah. Scooby Snacks.
Apparently, they lost his cell number.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hold on, the guy's got a corporation.
Yeah.
Phone the corporation.
Where is he? Where is he?
That's just he must have an agent as well. He is still an entertainer, isn't he?
Somebody
Allegedly.
contact Milo Yiannopoulos.
Yeah.
Somebody contact Milo. He's his campaign manager, isn't he?
Yeah,
Milo.
there you go. Contact
Milo, you British fuck. Where is Kanye? Where is he? Is he alive?
Where have you put him?
With us.
Careful, you'll start to clip. At your end, I think Ring Central's cutting you out. Anyway, right. So more breaking news.
Breaking news.
British Volt,
British
right?
Volt.
British Volt, maker
British Volt.
of electric batteries for electric cars, has entered insolvency, and 300 workers are going to be made redundant. There you go.
What a shock, John.
You think it's starting? Do you think it's starting? Are they running out of materials, or are the materials just got too expensive?
I don't think it's either. I think people aren't interested.
Well, would you buy an electric car, Ben?
Fuck no.
No, I don't think I would buy one either.
No, I don't want one. I
No.
don't want one. And don't try and fucking force me to buy one, British government. I don't want one. Okay?
Okay.
I like me gas guzzler. I like me petrol. Okay? And you're still overcharging me for it greatly,
Yeah,
by the fucking way. But, you know, I'm not buying an electric car. I'm not... Just imagine, and I know we go back to this every single time, but think about all the people that live in flats in London. Where the fuck are they going to charge their cars? Where are they going to charge it? Well, you say lampposts. What are they going to do? Plug the charger into their own fucking arse? What is... It's just not going to work, is it? It's not going to work.
No, and then people will come along and steal your cables or cut them. Anyway.
Fuck electric cars. Fuck electric cars.
NOAA, who is the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Association in America, has had to say, well, it does look like that we have been cooling down over the last 8 years.
That's why they don't call it global warming anymore. They
No, it's climate change, and of course that that fits in fine because despite us pumping out more and more CO2, the temperature's gone down, so the climate's changed. There we go. Climate's changed.
We need a good crisis. We need a good crisis.
Climate change isn't your crisis, mate. You know what? I know they're trying to make it your crisis, but it's never going to. There's too many variables from that big glowing thing in the sky that we very rarely see in this side of the country.
We know this, but we can't talk about it, John.
Oh, okay.
Can't talk about it.
Okie doke. So this is Wings Over Scotland, which is
Wings Over Scotland. He is a he or she. I'd say an anti-trans.
Yeah, but he's also a pro independence account.
Yeah.
Right. But it appears that the people that are voting aren't in favour of the SNP's decision to implement a certain gender bill.
No, they're not at all.
Which the UK government has taken the extraordinary step of revoking our Section 35 and not putting it forward for royal assent.
Yeah.
So that's quite interesting. Now, the question though is, Ben, is this a deliberate ploy by Herr Sturgeon or Fraulein Sturgeon to try and stir up the last dregs of independence feeling from the Scottish populace?
See, I'm not sure, because I think she knew the entire time this was going to get blocked somewhere. This bill was going to get blocked somewhere. I mean, it's just too broad-reaching, right?
Yeah. And not required.
No, not required. Not required at all. We need to stop, and I will say this, as someone who is a member of a quote-unquote special interest group, we need to stop making special interest groups and giving them their own, specific laws and giving them their own this, that, and the other. Everybody just needs to be treated on an equal footing, okay? Everybody needs to be treated as an individual, as a human being, and your individual rights must always ascend over rights of any group.
Well, I would say your individual rights should be sacrosanct.
Yeah.
Sacrosanct.
Yeah. Your rights as an individual should be equal to each individual, and we need to stop creating and prioritizing special interest groups. And I know saying that might even harm myself, but I don't care.
Yeah. No, I think you're right, because I think we spend too much time accommodating people who are and I'm not trying to be nasty about it, but who are a minority and cost us a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
For no real reason other than to make them feel better. I don't mind. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind paying for things like stair lifts and stuff like that, you know, for people that genuinely need them, right?
Yep.
I wouldn't mind anything like that, but I do mind, you know, accommodating people in toilets where they shouldn't really be there because they've got the wrong equipment to use that, or you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to say without coming out and saying it.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
I think the whole thing is ridiculous, and I mean, look what's happening in Scotland already with prisoners claiming they're identifying as women, getting moved to women's jails, and then when they're finished their sentence, they come back out and go, "Oh, I'm actually not a woman, I'm a guy." You know, who would have thought people would stoop to such low practices among the criminal fraternity? What happened?
No.
What happened to honour amongst thieves? It's gone. I mean, this is shocking. You can't believe a criminal.
Oh, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah. So, Boris Pistorius. Oh, that's a good name, isn't it? That reminds me of Oscar. Yeah.
I mean, I was going to say it's like a mix between Boris Johnson and Oscar Pistorius.
Yeah, no, that's a...
Remember Oscar Pistorius?
Yeah. Oh,
There's a disabled man spending some time behind bars.
Yeah, well, I thought someone was breaking out of my bathroom. Yeah, I'll just shoot them, boom, 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 through the door. What? Oh, it turned out to be my girlfriend and got up for a pee. Anyway,
Did he have his legs on when he did that? I don't think he did, did he?
I don't think it matters.
Running around on his stumps. No, but I think they proved he was running around on his stumps because of the height of the gunshots.
Either that, or a dwarf come in and did it and ran away, in which case a wee man come in and did it and ran away.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Anyway,
oh, dear.
So with Germany being Germany, okay?
Yeah.
So Boris here has stated that people who publicly express their approval of Russians' actions using the Z symbol should face criminal consequences.
You should face the criminal consequences, John.
What the fuck? You know what?
Listen.
If I have an opinion, or if you have an opinion, or anyone has an opinion that favours one group against another, that's their opinion and they're entitled to it, right?
You're absolutely right.
I mean, if you think they're wrong, you can say, well, they're wrong and I'm not going to listen to them because I think they're wrong. Mm-hmm. But it's like this...
Hi, wokies.
It's like this infantilization of the population. You're not allowed to think for yourself. You're not allowed to be yourself. I saw a guy yesterday walking his dog in the snow.
Right.
Wearing shorts. And this is a pet peeve of mine. What is it,
men in
people?
shorts.
Men in shorts.
Peeve of yours.
Yeah, it is. Men in shorts are nothing but children because they've never grown up to wear long trousers. I mean, when I was growing up and went to school, I couldn't wait for the day when I was old enough to be given long trousers because children didn't wear long trousers. The whole thing's ridiculous.
Chrissy says her postie's always in shorts.
Yeah, in the winter. What is it with these people?
I don't know, but and also, what is it with the people watching who have not liked, who have not subscribed, who have not shared? You need to go and do all three of those now before I send John round. I'm not going to send the boys round. I'm going to send him round, right?
Yeah.
And just take a look at him. Look at that face. Drink it in.
Look at that face.
Because he will arrive at your door. That's it. I'm seeing at least one light go on there. Let's see some more. Come on. Rack them up. Rack them up.
Right. Speaking about the SNP, which we were briefly a minute ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, these are the people that think a 3-year-old can decide their own gender.
Yeah.
But they're going to implement a soft touch justice guidelines for people under 25 because the brain's not mature enough. Make up your fucking mind. I mean, really? Where do we go here?
Listen, these people, the SNP, are like quintessential wokies, right? And
They are
right?
divisive bastards. That's what they are.
Yeah, but the thing is, these people don't exist in any kind of reality.
They don't.
Okay, in order to come to some of the conclusions or some of the positions that they hold, they have to do mental gymnastics within their own head, where two opposing positions can be true at once. And when you actually bring them to task and you attack them, quote unquote, on the strength of their argument, and you bring their argument down to the absolute bullshit, bollocks, nothingness that it is, they got nothing. They don't come back. They can't come back. So what they do is they attack you. They call you this, that. You're an ist. You're that. You're. No, we're just smarter than you. We're just smarter than you, right? Because you people,
I think
you don't live in the real world.
I think you're right, Ben. Thank you.
I am right.
You are right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now we must always bear in mind that the weather has got a bit nippy. And we're being informed by Sky that the cold snap could cause strokes and heart attacks.
Fuck off, move on.
See, when they say things like doctors warn, which doctors? Because unless you give me names...
The ones they're paying.
Yeah, unless you give me names, I'm not believing you. End of story. Okay?
That's why I just said fuck off, move on. Yeah,
now Wyoming here... Wyoming here... I've done the opposite. What have Wyoming done?
They want to ban the sale of electric cars by 2035 to protect their oil and gas industries.
There you go. That's a bit of class.
I'm with Wyoming.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Wyoming. I'm with you all the way. Let's get rid of these absolute gaudy things. And do you know what? They are so dangerous to blind people because they are silent. They are bloody silent.
Yeah, I know.
It's just so dangerous.
Right. I think this is the last slide. So we've done well, right? So this is a guy that you do not want. You don't want him backing you, do you? Right?
No.
So this guy, and he's still smiling, right? But New York oil tycoon has lost billions with Enron, right? Mm-hmm. Invested with Bernie Madoff, and struck out with FTX. Don't follow his investment advice because this guy is an anathema to making money. Except he can't be because he still has loads of it. What do you make of that, Ben? What do you make of that?
Mr. Oil Tycoon, right? Give me some of your money. Just give it. Don't invest it. Give it, because I will spend it wisely on myself and on our studio and on building. Just 100 grand. You're not going to lose billions with us, right? But before we move on to our final segment of the day, right, I would just like to thank one and all once again for being with us through this new segment, and say once again, if you would like to, and if you are able to, I know it is hard times right now, to support us, then please consider a donation at patreon.com/chasing dissent, or indeed Kofi, ko-fi.com/chasing dissent. If you can do it monthly, we would really appreciate that as well. But the most important thing you can do for us right now is get these shared, because we got to get 270 more subscribers, and we're going to be able to monetize this channel, or hopefully at least apply for partnership. And that takes the pressure off us asking for other people for help, hopefully. So if you can help us get this shared, get the subscribers up, we would really, really appreciate it. We got the hours, we're there. Right? But we just need to get the subscribers. We need to hit that 1,000 mark. So if you can help us, we would really, really, really appreciate it. Now, I'm going to move on. I'm going to take us on a journey down the rabbit hole, if you will, down the rabbit hole of the royal family. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Prince Harry and Spare.
I don't know what happened there.
I don't know what happened as well. We've gone. It's me. It's Big Me again.
Yeah, I know. It should be big. It should be Big
Ladies
Harry.
and gentlemen,
introducing. It wouldn't be. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6. 2 6.
Tell me when I can introduce this again, John. I mean, we fucked up.
Yeah, we're fucked up, mate. We're fucked up. Yeah.
We've really fucked up. I mean, he's put the Chasing Dissent holding screen up now. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I can only apologize for this brief interruption to our show, for this brief absolute fuck up on the part of technology. I can only. Chrissy says we have a new Prince Harry. Kind of. Shalini says what? Okay, that's fine. Let me introduce it one more time. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Prince Harry and Spare. Hello, Harry. You're going to read us some John, we're still on the holding screen. One more time. Are we there? Are we there?
Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to read from my book.
You're going to read us from the book, are you?
Yes. We agreed to meet a few hours after the funeral in the Frogmore Gardens by the old Gothic ruin. I got there first. I looked around, saw no one. I checked my phone. No texts, no voicemails. They must be running late, I thought, leaning against the stone wall. I put away my phone and told myself, stay calm. The weather was quintessentially April. Not quite winter, not yet spring.
The scene here, Harry.
The trees were bare, but the air was soft. The sky was grey, but the tulips were popping. The light was pale, but the indigo lake threading through the gardens glowed. How beautiful it all is, I thought, and also how sad. Once upon a time, this was going to be my forever home. Instead, it had proved to be just another brief stop.
Harry.
When my wife and I fled this place, in fear for our sanity and physical safety, I wasn't sure I'd ever come back. That was January 2020. Now, 15 months later, here I was, days after waking to 32 missed calls, and then one short, heart-racing talk with Granny. Harry, Grandpa's gone. The wind picked up, turned colder. I hunched my shoulders, rubbed my arms, regretted the thinness of my white shirt. I wished I'd not changed out of my funeral suit. I wished I'd thought to bring a coat. I turned my back to the wind and saw, looming behind me, the Gothic ruin, which in reality was no more Gothic than the Millennium Wheel. Some clever architect, some bit of stagecraft. Like so much around here, I thought. I moved from the stone wall to the small wooden bench, sitting. I checked my phone again, peered up and down the garden path. Where are they? Another gust of wind. Funny, it reminded me of Grandpa. He was always his wintry demeanour, maybe, or his icy sense of humour. I recalled one particular shooting weekend years ago. A mate, just trying to make conversation, asked Grandpa what he thought of my new beard, which had been causing concern in the family and controversy in the press. Should the Queen force Prince Harry to shave? Grandpa looked at my mate, looked at my chin, broke into a devilish grin. That's no beard.
It's no beard, young boy. It's no beard.
No beard.
No
Everyone
beard at all,
laughed.
young boy.
To beard or not to beard? That was the question. But leave
That
it to
was the
Grandpa.
question, my boy. Yes.
Leave it to Grandpa to demand more beard. Let grow the luxurious bristles of a bloody Viking. I thought. Fucking hell. I know I can go on. I think that's enough.
Is that enough? Is that? Tune in tomorrow for part 2 of Spare, ladies and gentlemen.
Bloody hell.
You know what? Trudy just put the pearl necklace and a load of laughing faces. Mother's pearls.
Yeah. Oh, who was that? What happened? Did I miss something? I was at the toilet.
Well, Adam said, "What the fuck has happened to this show? It's gone all cultured." Chrissy's. I saw Chrissy's comment earlier on. She said, "My coffee's just gone across the room." when you you're going to do the whole book, aren't you?
Oh, I'll try. It's going to be hard.
Over the course of this year, we're going to try and do the whole book, bit by bit.
Yeah. It's hard to keep a straight face.
Dude, you know what?
The writing's something else. I mean, this is, I don't know, J.K. Rowling must be feeling threatened.
Trudy says that was outstanding. I can't breathe. Do you know what? This is we are here to mock. We are here to serve. We are here to please. We are here for you. We're not here to
entertain.
Masters, right? We are here for you and you alone. And if we're making you happy, yes, we're going to get to the oscillating penis bit at some point.
Yeah, give it time. You got to break yourself in gently. You know.
Yeah, well, I was in a French service station I don't know if I said this before, but I was in a French service station on the way back last week on Thursday, and they had it in the service station at full price in French, and I just picked it up and pretended I was reading it and went, "Penis oscillating, la crème d'Elizabeth Arden." I was being stared at quite a lot in that service station.
No wonder.
I was having a good laugh. I was having a great time.
Did it look as if many of the copies had been sold?
None. None.
I don't know.
€28.
Should we invite Harry? Should we invite Harry back on Friday night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
Yeah, we'll have Harry back on tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
Well,
he's got to make a living somehow, hasn't he? There you go.
Exactly. His Netflix deals, his book deals. He's got, he's terribly, terribly poor, Prince Harry. I'll tell you who is terribly, terribly poor. Me. I'll tell you who else is also terribly, terribly poor. John.
Ben.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have Netflix deals and we don't have paymasters. We don't serve any paymasters. We serve you, as I said, and we are here to entertain you. We are here to make you laugh. We are here to make you smile. We're here to dissect the news in only the way that we can. Nobody can do it quite like us because we've been doing this for over 2 years. And we've built this style. And, it's been a lot of back and forth, toing and froing, and a lot of trial and error. And we've built this up. So if you would like to support us one more time, I know a lot of people can't afford to.
Yeah.
But please consider doing so at patreon.com/Chasing Dissent or Ko-fi, ko-fi.com/Chasing Dissent. And one more time, please share these shows on all of your social media platforms and ask people to subscribe to the channel. That's what we need. We need subscribers. We need to hit that 1,000 mark. So please help us help you.
And with that, I'd like to thank you one and all for attending this episode 189 of Chasing Dissent Live with me, John, and with Ben, and not forgetting our special guest, Henry.
Yeah.
It's been great. For you.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with. Now they looking nervously, and I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I can't contain it, I'm coming out with a statement. You really changed, man, all your music and arrangement. You don't know shit, shut your mouth, you can save it. I'm the same dude that got his come up from the basement. 100 songs, 100 weeks, didn't change it. Experiments, development, intelligence, and patience. I'll do it all again, cause I never feel complacent. Let's keep the good vibes, positivity's contagious. I'm never looking back, cause I made a life that's passionate. A college graduate suppressing all his talents, yeah. He found a way to go and change, become an advocate. For taking control of your life, go out and battle. And you think you have a dream, then act on it. Get after it, get out your head and fucking capture it. You got one life to master it. Don't give up on your future, we all start losers. We're all late bloomers, gotta struggle through the sewer.
What you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say, yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build